Thank you, Lakshmi. Hello, everyone. Hope you've enjoyed Finacle Conclave so far. I am Arun Krishnan, Head of Engineering, Infosys Finacle, and it is my pleasure today to welcome Amir Arooni, Chief Information Officer of Discover Financial Services, as our guest today for a fireside chat on technology-led customer engagement and innovation. Over the past 30 years, Discover Financial Services, or DFS, has grown to become one of the top 30 banks in the United States, with assets totaling over 110 billion. What is remarkable is that DFS operates a single branch in Delaware. The business relies completely on self-service and digital channels to service existing customers and attract new ones. Over the years, DFS has been an innovator in creating customer-friendly services, focusing on delivering innovative technology and digital expertise through its various channels. Amir, thank you very much for making the time to be here today.
Arun, let me start to say thank you very much for inviting me to this great event. And at the same time, already thank all the participants to make time to listen to our conversation. I'm very excited to share some of my experiences with you and share some of the exciting elements which we are doing at Discover with all the participants.
At the outset, let me say that my team is proud to be your technology partner, Amir, and thank you for enabling us to be part of your amazing journey. So, Amir, could you give us an overview of Discover and your unique business model with Discover Financial Services?
I would say Discover is an incredibly unique organization. Obvious reason that we are one of the largest digital bank in US, operate our own global payments network and our own card issuer. We are indeed a branchless bank with 100% based customer service in US. We have a focus on significant customers and work consistently to improve the customer experience through innovation, digitalization, and actually providing our customers with services which they need at the moment and the time that they want to use it. Now, let me also just talk about innovation, because innovation is also part of the DNA at Discover. In all type of products and services, the most important element in the mind of everyone at Discover is how we can make the life of our customers easier and better and support them in their financials. So in that terms, a digital direct business model with significant focus on customer experience. That's our business model.
Excellent. So as you noted, Amir, Discover has been a pioneer in digital-only banking. Now, a lot has evolved in digital-only banking in the last 20 years. Even the definition would have changed over the last 20 years and through your work. Could you share with us some of the key defining moments in your journey?
So some of the defining moment of the journey of Discover is the fact that we are a digital-only bank, with the exception of the single branch which we have in Delaware. That is actually something which is the core of our business model, as we just discussed. It has always provided a considerable competitive advantage for us because of being quick, having less competitive cost related to branches and expenses, which is related to that part. We have also been guided by putting our customers first and providing them with superior customer services and a better payments experience. That thinking has led to many innovations, like being the first credit card to offer no annual fee. Discover was the first one. First to offer cashback to more and more. Innovation like offering the free FICO for everyone, which was also in the market, the first one. Freeze it, actually that prevent new purchases when you misplace your credit card. social security number alerts that help consumers recognize potential fraud. So in all those elements, Discover was always the first. In the past year, with the global pandemic increasing, we actually moved to a concept of safer payments. We ramped up the issuance of contactless cards, allowing our customers to make tap and go payments, which is very important in the time of pandemic. We also launched our own click to pay solution, helping merchants make the digital checkout experience simple and more secure. It's important. Now, moving forward, we are planning to continue adopting and developing technologies like advanced analytics and modeling technologies that will help improve our decision making. And we will be investing in our operating model that's focused on digital banking, all to serve better our customers.
Awesome. So on your previous response, I just wanted to follow up. Was there anything when you, as you think back, that became totally irrelevant with the pandemic that you wish you had known maybe 3 years ago?
Now, the point is that we were actually a direct digital bank, so part of the way we operate and interact with customers was not really very new for us. What was actually new was the scale and the speed which we needed actually to have to support our customers. And on those areas, we learned a lot during the pandemic and move of our employees from work to home.
Awesome. I guess we might say this is a great time to be pursuing digital-only banking. Clearly, technology has played a central role in this context. Could you tell us something about your technology strategy and how you're leveraging it deeply to drive differentiation?
So that's the important part, because in my opinion, technology is part. When we are talking about serving our customers, we are talking about people, process, and technology. Our technology strategy is based on creating a small, autonomous, product-oriented teams that can fly, that can independently fly, leveraging expert engineers, which we have by our own engineers, but also recruiting top engineers from the market, and providing a certain level of training and knowledge through Discover Technology Academy, and develop more technology and processes, which is supporting the customer at the moment that the customer needs us. We use automation to reduce non-engineering work, non-engineering tasks, and free up our engineers to do impactful work, because that is why they are. We want to be a magnet for top technology talents, bring them, keep them, develop them, and let them do cool things for our customers. Now, developed innovations that help our customers have a better digital banking experience in app messaging, so customers can pick up and do actually everything they want to do at the moment they want and with the devices which have available. All those elements are coming together when people, process, and technology is to serve our customers. And that is what we are doing as business technology at Discover.
This is awesome, Amir. So putting the customer at the center and really using all these levers to really unleash the creative and all the innovation that you spoke about in the minds of all the wonderful, bright people that we have. So Discover is one of the first institutions in the US to break away from a legacy core, and you chose to leverage a global core product like Finacle. What do you see as the opportunities to scale digital using this strategy?
So, Aaron, I would say this is something which is generic and related to all platforms first. Why you are making a choice for a platform? I would say Discover was originally in a managed service model with providers that lacked flexibility to deliver enhancements or integrate with others, because integration is most of the time the most difficult part. You know it, of course. This resulted in not being able to control our own destiny. This resulted not being to be fast enough. We wanted to partner with a provider who offered ultimate flexibility and provided leading edge capabilities, had deep banking experience and invested in innovation. We wanted to control our own destiny and be able to move to our own pace from walking to running to flying at a very high level. So the key benefit of the new platform for us was around scalable processes that support efficiency and customer service goals, like being always available, real-time business capabilities, support for product-oriented innovation, acquire business and customer experience in the way we are actually providing those services to customers, cross-functional 360 view of customer and what the customers actually does with us, ability to scale, which is very important to support future products and customers. Now, because we are a digital bank, straight to processing is very important. So our aim is to look for platforms which allow us to reduce manual intervention and rework and enhance straight through processing capabilities. And much more important, what I call automation, automated end-to-end and compliant. If you look at all those elements, it will be actually harder and take longer than you expect if you do everything yourself. If you find the will everything yourself, it will take a lot of time and you're not leveraging the know-how in the industry. It looks a lot of commitment, diligence, collaboration with partners, and innovative way of problem solving to get this all together and support better our customers. I would say there are some lessons I want to share with you on this area. One of the most important elements which I learned was that you do not need to try from the beginning to do big things at once. I strongly believe in the concept of experimentation, thinking big but acting small. Smaller chunks of work together with your provider. Work in an agile manner and apply some experimental activities. Having a strong ability of communication with your partners in the ecosystem to deliver the total integrated solution. And of course, an account for technology evolving and ensuring that our partners keep up the good work and inform us on the way to develop the product better and use the product on a better way which was designed. So it comes around actually all to the same. It is about collaboration and it is about working with the provider to make each other successful and using the scalability, performance, and all other positive elements of the platform itself.
That's awesome, Amir. I think you speak about agile in its true sense. You're actually talking about agile beyond the boundaries of your own organization and really looking at the value chain and helping us who are providing you also sort of participate in the same definition, have shared meaning. I think that's awesome. Now, several challenger digital banks are trying to expand their portfolios from simple deposits, unsecured lending products to a broader product portfolio. You have successfully scaled that journey. What advice would you have for them?
Let me just start with saying that all my advice are somehow things which everyone knows. obvious things. Let's start with, if you want to be innovative, you need to have experimental mindset and try new technologies. So creating an environment where your people, your organization, your teams are allowed to do experimental activities, do, see, improve, and go to the next level. That's a very, very simple context and concept. Not always easy to do in big companies. The second one, I would say, look for synergies across different portfolios and systems. We found it possible to reuse a lot of functionalities across different products. Again, something which is in big organization, always a challenge. You have different departments, but you have different products and services which you can combine and reuse. Combination, integration, and reuse will provide you with significant speed, which is really very important. Also very important that you make sure that you have a good partnership with your vendors. Again, those vendors knows actually the product. They see what is working and what's not. They can bring experience of outside in to your organization and make you, of course, much better. I would also say actively participating in various vendor workshops and experiments, go and see activities, type of learn, teach, see, do, and improve. Those elements will all help to get actually in much better situation. And finally, I would say ensure you are doing it for the right reason, not just technology for technology, but you have always the importance of the customer and customer in your mind. And that is around something which makes Discover a very, very special company. Everyone talks about the customer and how we can use products, services, platforms, and collaboration to make the life of our customers better. If that is the case, you will win the market.
Excellent. Amir, you spoke about why Discover is special. I want to turn our attention to some of your personal experience. You have held executive roles in the NN Group, ING Europe. What are some of the key differences that you see between the US and Europe in our business?
Oh, Aaron, I would like always to talk about commonalities and things which are common. But you asked me what are differences. Let me just say that Europe and the United States, first of all, shared the same values, but it is not the same culture. That was something which I learned when I came to US. In that terms, it is good to understand what is the market, what is the people, what are the customers' needs, and how you can apply actually those things together. The level of digitalization, the level of payments, digital payments. There is a significant difference between what you see actually in Europe and what you see as development in the US. What I found very good at the US is the moment that you make a decision, the whole organization move, and the speed is very, very high. In Europe, you need actually to get everyone on one page. Everyone needs to say what they think, and everyone needs to recognize themselves in the final decision. And in US, people get actually much faster together, define the direction and move. So getting things faster is much, much better organized in the area of US culture and US companies. When it comes to Discover, I would say that is really incredibly different. I've been working in many companies where the CEOs or CIOs started multiple years program to bring the voice of the customer to the work floor and bring the voice of the customer to every place at the company. In Discover, everyone talks about the customer. Everyone acts in the interest of the customer. And that makes it really very, very unique. a very collaborative environment where the customer is the core of business and technology is there to serve both the customers and employees. Those are things which is refreshing for me, and I'm enjoying every day working with Discover employees and Discover management.
That's very exciting, Amir. I'm going to take you a little bit into the future now and look back. So let's say we were having this conversation 2 years from now. What are some of the defining moments you think we will be speaking about a couple of years from now?
So I think if you look at a couple of years from now, data and analytics will be much more in the core of our business. I'm talking about models which work with machine learning, artificial intelligence, open APIs, much more partnership and working in an ecosystems with others will be actually key. In these days, we are talking about deposits open banking, lending open banking, all those initiatives which from business perspective is going to come in the industry, and we need to play an active role in all those kind of innovations. I would say if you look at Discover and my own area from 3 to 5, we are evolving technology at Discover over the next several years. I'm talking about extreme automation. I'm talking organizing the work on a different way. And by different way, I mean small autonomous teams who are product oriented and working for a long period of time together. Moving from a project organization into a product organization. And again, for the life cycle of the whole life cycle of the whole product, and not just for developing a product at one place. So 2020 was for me a year of making plan and discover what will be actually our flight plan, what is our understanding and conviction, how we are going to upgrade our technology, how we are going to make our place a magnet for talent more than what it is today in terms of people, in terms of simplification and reduction of complexity, and in terms of automation. 2020 was also a year of emphasizing how important it is to have a good employee experience, an experience which everyone has home, needs to have with devices at work and business. 2021 is the year which we bring actually those initiatives all together and start to see results. And in 2022, our technology modernization, our extreme automation, and our upskilled engineers will give us a huge competitive advantage in digital era. So a magnificent plan for coming 2 years, and I am fully confident that with the collaboration with our partners, we are going to be one of the most and coolest places to be for people who wants to do great things for the customer and make a difference in the market.
That's excellent. Very exciting. If I were to look at a couple of exciting areas, for example, the move to cloud, and you spoke about extreme automation, those that is so important in any move to cloud. When I talk about AI, you spoke about AI and IoT, which things that promise to continue to extend the massive potential of digital banking and innovation today. What, in your opinion, is the best way to use those technologies today? And I'm asking you this question, Amir, because we hear so much in the press, and it's refreshing to hear a CIO speak about the basics, getting that right, so that we can benefit from all of these innovations. So I wanted to get your perspective on how you see some of the things that capture people's imagination in the press.
So Arun, I think you are 100% right. Modern technologies such as public cloud, open APIs, IoTs, and artificial intelligence are the promise of the future. And I see it. If you look at our company, we are not making cars or physical products. We are dealing with information and data, right? Everything which we have is actually data processing. And that's the place where the new technology, where public cloud APIs, where machine learning, we're modeling actually to understand the customer needs and matching the right product with the right customer needs at the right time will become significant business. In our business, data and analytics is everything. What you see at Discover, we are investing significantly in open APIs. That's a big chunk of our works. We are investing in machine learning models and building AIs to support our customers in terms of what they are doing, what their what their needs are, and how we can match actually their needs at the moment that they have interaction with us. We use also those technologies to reduce the amount of fraud, which is actually in our industry is one of the big topics. So the new technologies provide us much better balance in understanding the customer needs and be proactively serving them at the moment and with devices which they need. That's why the digital banks such as Discover with the data and analytics capabilities are able to make a difference in the life of the customers.
It's awesome. It's a really cool time to be a CIO for a financial services provider today. If you, sorry, you were about to say something, Amir.
Now, I would say it is cool. It is a challenging time at the same time. We have some challenging items which was not the case before. We all have to move actually from work to home and needs to find out the new way of collaboration and increase productivity. So I'm very excited, and I think the digital era is right now much more important than in the past, Arun. Pandemic actually teach at least me that we need to look at talent, we need to look at digital transformation, and we need to look at the customer interaction on a slightly different way, bringing all those things together and adjust our organization on the way that we can be the top employer, but also the best company for the customer on a digital era. And those challenges are not easy to solve, but very, very exciting to get and go through.
That's awesome, Amir. Really appreciate your time today. And I really am excited to go back and actually review this session and think, mull over some of the thoughts you have said. Things like agile, bringing work to people is very important, having the team stable, which is one of the principles of agile. But along the way, we may not have had implementations that reflected that very core philosophy that you spoke about. So it's very, very exciting to hear you say that. And the deep relationships, looking at Agile beyond your organization, looking much more globally, end-to-end value delivery. Fantastic. With that, I guess we have come to the end of our session, but I'd like to give you an opportunity to share any thoughts you have for our CIOs on this call, CXOs, budding CIOs. What advice would you have for them?
So I'm here to learn from all of them, and I know many of CIOs are doing great job to bring the customer needs and in the digital area together. Again, my experience is you need to have top environment for your employees to accelerate and bring top products for the customers. Digital pandemic which we have, the pandemic which we have right now actually force us to provide us our products on a much easier way to our customers. And one of the way which I found very effective is organizing our work differently in a small autonomous teams with extreme level of automation so our top engineers can focus on creating new functionalities to make the life of our customers easier.
That's great. I'd like to thank all the attendees for making the time to attend. Do feel free to come back and view our recording. and look out for follow-up mail from our team on this with the link. And please feel free to share the same with your colleagues as well. Please stay tuned to Finacle Conclave. There's more high-quality speakers and discussions lined up for you. Please take a look at the agenda for the details. Thank you, Amir. Goodbye, everyone. Stay safe. And back to you, Lakshmi.